Good morning. You're getting two videos today. There's actually a third one I talked about in the other video. But you know how that goes. But yeah, man, it's beautiful out. It's wet. But you know, it's not raining, it's warm. So it's beautiful. In my book. That's the only book that matters. Unless it's a good book. Unless you don't believe in the good book. So the other day I was in the store, right? And the guy was the guy was like, it was I was getting a mouthwash, whatever. I'm getting mouthwash, and two ladies came in, and the one girl was like, "What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a?" I keep missing one. Isn't there? What's a? There's a. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer? So she was at that point, and I wanted to sing it with her because I was just listening to it in the car. I love that beat. Tears on the... But anyway, I didn't do it because I just didn't do it. I don't even know where I'm going with it. I just want to say it. But yeah, it was raining, and I think I stopped abruptly. I don't know if you sensed it, because when I turned around, I saw like the CVS manager looking type dude sitting out there smoking a cigarette, looking at me. And I don't know if it's illegal to make videos on people's thing. I don't think it is. I always see people in Walmart making those. Man, I hope. I mean, I guess they do enough, and then they edit out the bad ones, but the dude comes up to random people and he just randomly says shit while he's videotaping it, and then everyone laughs about it and he posts it and gets millions of views. But anyway, when I finished, he's like, "Are you done?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You sounded like Kenny." I'm like, "Yeah, Kenny. That's my sister's brother's wife, ex-husband." I'm like, "What?" And I had to repeat. I said, "Your sister's brother, ex-wife, something's husband?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Yeah, you sounded just like him." I'm like, "Is that Kenny? What's Kenny doing down here?" So now I'm like, "Is Kenny a good dude?" I don't want to be compared to, "You remind me of Hitler." He's like, "Yeah, Kenny's a good dude. He takes care of the kids." Too much information, but I'm glad Kenny's a good dude. So then I mumble something like, "Yeah, kids can change the dynamic of a family." If you know how I do. But I cut that shit short because it was raining and I had places to be. So I'm like, well, I'm having a good day or some shit. I got my chocolate fix. Straight to the vein, man. Chocolate. And then Hershey's chocolate. People always... When I was in Japan, the teacher asked me, "What do you like? What kind of chocolate? What do you like?" I said, "I like chocolate." He said, "Okay." She smiled and she walked away. The next day I had Godiva. That's the good shit, right? I don't think I threw it away. But I know I didn't eat it. I don't like Godiva. Or all those fancy schmancy shits. Plain old Hershey's. I don't care what country. When I was in Japan, so in general, they didn't sell Hershey's in 7-Eleven and shit like that. So I didn't see it often. But there was some international stores that they did sell it. So every now and then I would go there and buy it. And I'd be in heaven. But yeah. But yeah, again, neither here or there. Just wanted to share, because I care. Speaking of caring, today I'm going to my first hockey game. So you like hockey? No, I don't like hockey. I mean, I don't hate hockey. But I've never been to a hockey game before. But apparently my kids, students, well, you guys know my students are my kids. But I say that, right? And my kids, students ask me how many kids you have, and I'm like, I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm like, I got 75 kids. Like, what? But some of my kids are gonna sing the God Bless America in the beginning of the hockey game. Now, 2 weeks ago, they sent out memos saying you can get free hockey tickets. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to that. Yesterday or Friday, my kids are like, are you coming to see us? I'm like, see you do what? Sing? I'm like, where? The hockey game? I'm like, what hockey game? The hockey game. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember something about that. I'm like, when is it? It's like, on Sunday. Like, why are you telling me now? Tell me, like. So then I'm like, how much are the tickets? Like, I don't know. Of course they wouldn't know because they're not buying the tickets. So then I reach out to the office, like, well, I look for the email and I see that the tickets are free. So I hurry up and try to get me a free ticket. And then I reach out to the office, school office, and I'm like, so when we getting those free tickets, like, oh, that was deadline 2 weeks ago. I'm like, how much are the tickets? Like, oh, $20? Like, $20. And it's worse because they got some kind of $20 to sit in the front. When I went on the website to see the tickets, the seats in that section were now $40, and then it went up to $60. I gotta look. There's nothing to see. So I got these nosebleed tickets at $20, way back, but at least parallel to where they're sitting. I think I'm in the section because it's like bump, bump. So I'll be there in the back. So if they turn around, they'll see me. When they come off the ice and walk up, I could give them a wave, and I could get my Mr. Bailey. He always supports us. I try to do the best I can with my salary. Damn, being a teacher, not all teachers. I'm sure there's some places where you make lots of money, but not at my school. Like I was buying pencils, for the kids, so they would not write in pen. But they don't know how to use pencils. They're chewing on them, they're breaking them, they're doing everything except use them. So I said, I ain't gonna give no more pencils out. I'm gonna give it to the next year. So I stopped putting them out. So I put them in a little thing. Because all they had to do was take a pencil, use it, and then return it. And then we could keep it for like a good, I don't know, pencils don't really go down that much. So now I'm like, whatever. So now they're writing in highlighters, or what have you. But it is what it is. I just need a better system next year about the usage of whatever Mr. Bailey buys. If I buy it, you better treat it like it's gold. If you buy it, do whatever the hell you want with it. So yeah, man. The other day, I don't know if you're in Pennsylvania, I guess it's certain areas, but in Pennsylvania, there's this thing where they, from the best of my understanding, they deregulated the electricity distributors or some shit, and now you're free to shop around to get the cheapest price. This is great because before it was maybe a monopoly or an oligarchy or some shit. So everyone could get the best price. Most people won't because, whatever you have, you stick with. Because it's a hassle to switch things. Like I was saying about my website. It's a hassle if I'm going to get a new website hosting platform. I'm on HostGator. Had them for like 20 years, and now they're like, raise the prices and we cut the benefits. And I was up and huffing about it, but I don't know, the port thing's over, and I got a lot of emails that the emails are no longer connected to the domains, because every time I make a little business, I start something, but eventually the website goes down, but the emails are there. And I'm like, how am I going to port all my emails? Well, you could copy them one by one. I got 1,000. I got enough emails where that's just not practical. So I'll just leave. I'll stick with the company for now. But, oh no, I lost my thought. Where's my thought? You're back there? Let me think. I lost it. I went down a rabbit hole and now it's gone. Actually, I want to get it. Let's see how long it'll take me to get it. Here, let me walk backwards as we're metaphorically reversing time. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm good. So the electricity people no one changes them. It's a hassle. So now it seems they have, at least since I've been back from Japan, every summer these kids, usually black kids, and I say kids as in like teenagers, high school age, they come banging on the doors up and down the street. Bang, 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 and they ring the doorbell. Bang, bang. You think it's the police or something, or like you open the door and it's like, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and we're going to give you some opportunities. Let me see your electricity bill." That's how they say it fast, and they say it rudely, and you're like, what is this? "We got to see the bill because we can make it cheaper for you." And they're like shouting this. And then when you like, no, they just turn around, not a thank you or just, and then a week later, another set comes, different company. And then, it happens throughout the summer. Really annoying. A couple months ago, my dad called me, or when I came home, he's like, "Yo." Well, my dad doesn't say yo. He doesn't say bro. The day my dad says bro, I might have a heart attack. Like, "What you call me? I ain't your bro." Because that's just going to be my thing. Because my kids do it all the time. "Bro, I'm not your bro." And it's just weird when my kids say, like, "Oh, you're brothers now." The other day, one of the kids said something like, "Honey." I'm like, "Oh, you no longer call each other bro? You're honeys now?" I like that one better. "Hey, honey." If he could blush, because he was a little colored kid. We don't blush. But he was looking all embarrassed. "I didn't call her honey." Anyway, so somebody came to the house, and my dad's like, "Yeah, this very sweet lady came to the house saying that we could get cheaper prices, and I want to do it." My dad said he wants to do it. And he said that she's going to come back next week, and this was in the summertime, so he's like preparing vegetables and garden stuff because, they talk you up. Like, "Oh, what do you do? Oh, da-da-da-da-da." Salesman shit. Gotta grip him in. So my dad was gripped in. So she gave him a business card. So I took that business card and I called the number. I said, "Do." And after a couple of rings, it didn't go straight to her. So I call again. She's like, "Hello?" I'm like, "Hi, my dad gave me your card and he said that you were offering some services and I just have a couple of questions about it." And she's just like, "Da-da-da." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but it's kind of like a scam. I just need some information. So can you please send me information and I can forward it to my dad. If it's legit, we'll acquit." Well, I didn't say that, but good morning. I said, "If it's good, we will do it. Here's my email address." Da-da-da-da. She repeated it. She said, "I'll send it shortly." She never sent shit. So then the next day, my dad's like waiting. He has a box of like vegetables and stuff from the garden. And he's like waiting for her to come back so he can give her the vegetables. He's like, "She was such a nice young lady." And she never came. She never called me back. She never emailed me back. And I was like, it is what it is. I don't lose sleep over it. But I'm annoyed because my dad I just don't like when people, like I said, I'm going to the hockey game. I'll be at the hockey game. I don't like when people say they're going to do shit and they have no intention. It's just weird to me. I mean, so, my dad's like excited. Now he's not excited. And I think I called again, but the phone number never picked up. So now the other day I'm at the house, 6:30, and I hear bang, bang, bang. And so I'm thinking it's the police because they're the ones who do that kind of shit. So I open the door and there's this young girl, woman, I don't know. I mean, after the fact, I found out she's 19, but she's standing there and she's like, hello. And they have a set way of doing things. Maybe it's regulation. They have to give a name and show a badge. Then they go into their spiel. I let her finish. And I said, I'm not interested. Well, she asked, are you the man of the house? I said, I'm the man who's going to decide that we're not going to do it. She smiles, whatever. So then I said, in classic Matthew form, I said, so I'm curious, do you guys get paid on commission? She's like, well, I guess. And I'm like, how does it work, Because I'm starting to have a conversation with myself. So you guys knock on doors and we give you this. I mean, and you're probably saying, it's a scam. It's not a scam. They're scammy companies. But ideally, it's not a scam. Like it could work the way it's supposed to, but the companies do what companies do. And you just got to do your due diligence. Again, it's such a hassle that most people don't, and they get scammed. They hit you with if you try to cancel, get hit with like a $200, $300 service fee for breaking the contract, or shit like that. Small print shit that people don't read. So I just, long story, a little bit longer, but shortened. We were talking, me with the door cracked open like she's some crazy person, and her standing on the porch in the dark. I didn't even turn on the lights. We were talking for, I want to say 45 minutes. And it's crazy because they usually come in pairs. So when I opened the door and I looked down, I saw one of her colleagues. They usually come in pairs, right? And I already know my neighbors up and down the street. This has been a thing, so no one opens the door. It was like 6:30 at night. No one opens the door. And, we don't want what you're selling. So then I saw him go down. And he's just walking down. So she's on my porch and we're talking, and I'm just like, I used to do a job like that when I was, like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 19. Yeah. When I was 19, I tried to sell knives. One knife was like $40. One set was $2,000. Scissors were $57. Nice knives, super sharp. You can cut pennies with them. Not that you need such cutting power, but that's how we're supposed to hook the people, get into their kitchens and like, you got a penny? And then whack, cut that penny up. But I'm not a good salesman. And I told her, I said, I'm not a good salesman. And she was just like, so then we're talking. And then I circle around to, because then I asked her at one point, I said, what do you want to do with your life? And she looked me in the eye with boss power. She said, I want to own my own cosmetic company. I want to be my own boss. And then I want to get into real estate. I was like, I like that. I said, you going to college? She says, well, first I got to get my situation a little better. I said, why you do this job? Because it's an opportunity. I like those words she was saying. So then it activated, all right, have you tried doing high-end retail, like selling like perfume at Saks or Rolexes or cars? It's like, oh no, I can't sell cars. Maybe she can't. But she has such a beautiful, soothing voice. Hey, I'm just looking for better opportunities. So then I said, have you tried like making a podcast? Or now I was almost going to say an OnlyFans, because that is a way to make money, but that kind of puts you in a bind, because you can't go to a job interview and have a #1 OnlyFans account and not expect I'm not even like a #1. I was never a #1 YouTuber in Japan, under the radar. But towards the end, when I would go to interviews, they're like, I know you. Or I'd be in my like teacher's meeting and someone's like, aren't you Raymond Gaijin? I mean, one time I had this stupid, like, he's younger than me. I got ageism. a manager younger than I mean, I guess you could be younger than me, but I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, so he's younger, and it's not even that he was younger. He's new. Like, he just came to the company, but he was fast-tracked to being a manager. And instead of talking to the managers, they started making me have to talk to him. And he came up to me one day, he's like, excuse me, I don't mean to be a bother, but I heard that you do YouTube. I'm like, and? I mean, I didn't like him, so I was just rude, like, and? Yeah? Like, oh, that's so cool. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh my gosh. At one point I said, I no longer want to speak to you. I want to speak to someone who knows what they're doing because you are worthless. I said that because he was worthless. But anyway, neither here or there. So yeah, at some point, if you get too big, people start to know you, know what you're doing. So I didn't really go into that. Then I'm telling her, you could get residual money so you could be a boss while you're sleeping. Because I don't know her. And I was saying, I don't know you, but I wouldn't want my 19-year-old sister, girlfriend, walking around in the streets in the rain, banging on doors. Like, you could do so much with your time. And then she's smiling, and 40 minutes, we're just talking. I wanted, because I was throwing out all these ideas, and she kept saying she never thought of it. Like, really? How you never thought of, if you want to be a boss, you got to look at all the angles. But it's like, I didn't know about YouTube until, let me think. I was posting videos, or I was making DVDs. This is back in the day, right? And then my friend, he hit me up like, yo, there's this thing called MySpace. MySpace? The hell's a MySpace? So he put me on the MySpace. Someone else put me on the PayPal. He's like, oh, if you want to get money online, PayPal. GS, 350 JPN GS, he put me on to making money off of YouTube. Well, I mean, he will tell you a different way, but I didn't see any black creators making money because there wasn't so many. I was, and like we were having this big debate. It's like, if it wasn't for me, you would never be making money on YouTube. Like, correction. Now, I don't know where the emails are on YouTube because they changed it, but I was sending out the paperwork to get the partnership. And one of them I got saying, congratulations, you're a partner, you can make money, which is way after the fact when I met him. So I have it time stamped. I'm like, I'll find that if you want to keep having it. But anyway, but I'd still credit him because he was the first black person I met that's like, yeah, I'm making money off of YouTube. And it's always, well, if you're making money, I can make money. Teaching in Japan was a random black military guy on the train saying, what you doing here, bro? Well, he didn't call me bro. What did he call me? I think he just said, yo, man, what you doing here in Japan? I'm coming back from Roppongi. I said, why? You could be teaching, making money. Well, I told him I'm a student. He's like, you could be teaching. And that kind of put me onto that. Going to Japan, my ex-girlfriend so I like that blue sky, right? Oh, it is where it is. But so a lot of information you just don't know until someone tells you. There's so much shit that I don't know that I just, how it is what it is. But as you know from my channel and just who I am, if I know something, why wouldn't I tell you? Like, I met a black guy in Japan I was in Shinjuku, and he kind of rolled up like, you're Ryman Gaijin. But this is when I was kind of, yeah. Towards the end, it's like, and? But anyway, so he's just like, yo, you give away too much free information, man. You gotta keep this shit for yourself. So I'm telling these motherfuckers, let them find. I'm like, what? But he came from a different era, you know? And it's true in a sense. Like, I always tell this story. I went to this club. Again, someone brought me there. No, I went to the club by myself. Boom. A Ruby Room, Japan. I go there, and I see a couple black people on the stage, and they were killing it in the sense that they were the only black people there, and they were just doing whatever. I get up on stage, and I'm just like, there's 7 different levels of devil worship. No, I didn't spit Eminem's rap, but I did hear one time I was there, and there was this Australian guy, and he got up on stage because, you know, I think I got off the stage, I did my thing, and then he got up there and he's like, I bomb atomically. So, like, is this motherfucker singing Wu-Tang Clan Triumph? Inspected that. So I'm looking him in the eye because I'm down on the ground, and I look him in the eye. I'm like, the Socrates philosophies and hypotheses, but he wasn't even saying all the words. He was just like, but it's Japan, so they were eating that shit up, you know. But anyway, I got on stage, and then after I performed, those black people never came back again. Now, it can be that they just went back to their respective countries. That's possible. I like to say, make my own narrative, that I scared them. Like, this is my place now. So I never see him again. But at one point, this guy came, and he's like, yo, you got to go over to this other spot. And he took me to that other spot, and that's where I met Dave Whitaker. And, you know, all that. So you got to share knowledge. So I was just sharing game with this young lady, 40 minutes on the porch, and I wanted to give her a business card, but I didn't have any on me. And as we're talking, I'm like, I'm pretty sure your colleagues are wondering where you are. And her phone starts buzzing. Bzz, bzz. She's like, sorry, they're asking where I am. I mean, I had her, man. She was locked in. Then she's like, you know, because I told her, you know, I sell shirts and I do this. She's like, you are a salesman. You said you can't sell anything. I'm like, yeah, I could sell, but I can't like knock on someone's door in cold. Like, check out these videos. There's nothing really grabbing people. Like, I don't have titles saying, black man gets shot in Easton. That would get people coming in, and then they get this. Or, can you see the geese over there? Ryman gets attacked by a geese. And then I would go over there and like bother them. I never did that. Oh, I tried variants of it, but you get what you get with me. And if you can somehow get past everything else, then that's when the magic starts happening. I'm a slow burn. So I was telling her that, and clearly I had her because, you know, 45 minutes after knowing there's no way that I'm going to buy it. Cause I even told her, you know, how some people came and there's a scam, blah 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 blah. But so then, you know, she's out there, it's dark. She didn't live in our area. She lived in Philadelphia. So Philadelphia came down here to walk up and down the streets of Easton in the cold, in the rain. So she's like, all right, it was nice talking to you. I'm like, I hope you look into some of the things that we talked about, because like I told her she should do the military. She wants to be a boss. She can get in the military and do her time and get out, and then she'll have more time and more money and other stuff. But she puts her hand out to say goodbye. She gives her a handshake, and she holds my hand. And then you know how people, like, it wasn't a pump, 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 pump. It was like a bye. And I'm like, bye. And, you know, I know what you're saying, but nah. She's 19. She's in Philadelphia. I don't got time for all that. But I wish her the best. I wish her the best. I thought it was really cool. Thought it was cool. Is this happening? No, that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, man. It is nice, man. It feels like summer. I know I'm dressed up like it's winter, but you never know, man. Sometimes it'd be super cold. Like yesterday was raining cold. The week before, kind of coldish. But yeah. Anything else? I think that's about it. I want to make an album. But I don't have anything that, I mean, that's weird. I have lots to make an album about, but I don't know. I don't feel like making one. So I'm kind of thinking, what's a topic? What's a thing? But look out for an album. You know the interview, well, I don't know if you know the interview, but Andre 3000 was saying, think he's in his 50s or 49, and he's like, I got nothing else to rap about. What am I gonna rap about? Colonoscopy? Colonoscopy? I'm scared, man. That's when they go in your butt for cancer or some shit. I don't want to do that, but I don't want to have cancer. Like, I'd rather have a cancer like, what kind of cancer you have? Actually, I don't want any cancer. I ain't trying to wish that on anybody. But he's like, I have nothing to rap about. Which is kind of sad. Because, you know, we fans, if he's like, today I'll, like, we would, so maybe I'm in the same boat. People want to hear me rap about whatever I'm going to rap about. That's the other thing, man. People will say stuff like, I can't, but they can, but we all could if we want to. A lot of times we don't want to, so we don't, which is fine. But we put a lot of, now we are blessed with unique skill sets. Like, I am blessed with the ability to ramble on infinitely. Anything. But I'm cursed with, I can't do that in public. Like, when I meet people for the first time, I don't know what to say. I actually get all like nervous and start stuttering and be like, and my voice is all low and they gotta, what'd you say? And God forbid I find the person attractive. Then it's even worse, because I'm just like, so weird. Like, if I could only be like this all the time. But sometimes it hits, depending on, like, the girl that came knocking on my door, I was on. When I got my one job in Japan, I guess it's, the sign is there. I saw the sign. So I need a clear signal, a bat signal. Because one time I walk into an interview and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your voice. Your voice is so, she didn't say sexy because it's an interview, but she's like, I love your voice. From that point, I got a little comfortable. Or one time I went to I was teaching a student and he's like, I'm a DJ. Hip hop was formed. Like, what the hell are you telling me for? I'm black. Not to say all black people know about rap music. That'd be a stereotype. Oh, yeah, this happened. Stereotype. So the other day, I have my kids, well, we have different jobs in the classroom. Empty the garbage cans and put the date on the calendar. It's like a whiteboard, whatever. So one of my students, he was drawing these murals. There's a date, and then he'll draw some picture around it. And the kids really liked it. He was making stories and shit, being creative. And then he kept trying to keep the same job. And I'm like, no, you can't have the same job. Other people might want to draw. And he's like, no one wants to draw. I'm like, well, we're a democracy here. So I banned him 1 week from drawing, and he's all upset at me. Other people drew. They didn't draw us so beautiful, because that's not what they do. They're not, but... So, it came back to him again, and I think on Monday he drew Australiasaurus. A little dinosaur, and then a date. So, the next day, on our whiteboard, I put fun facts about the Australiasaurus. They taste like chicken nuggets. They swim very slow. And the kids loved it. They're like, oh my gosh, fun facts. So the next day, he went from Australiasaurus to Chinasaurus. And he drew he drew Chinese stereotypes. So I'm looking at it, and in our class we didn't have any Asian descent folks. So I'm like, all right, it's not too bad. So I'll go home. The next day, come back to school, and I'm I do everything in the morning. So I was gonna put up the fun facts. My first idea was I was just gonna Google translate everything and put it Chinese facts in Chinese. But then I'm looking at it, and he had like the slant eyes, and he had this, the stereotypes about Chinese people. And I was like, you know what? This is a learning moment. It is Black History Month. So I I erase everything. I take a picture and I erase everything, and then I put on our whiteboard, and I took all the color off because it was during the month of February. It was like a pink backdrop, so it's just plain white. And then I put stereotypes, racism, and then I Google up some safe but effective. I didn't need them, whatever. So I put it up. I make some slides, and everyone's coming in like, "Where's your artwork? It's so boring." So I just erased everything except the number. And like, it's so boring. And then he comes in like, "Why'd you erase it? Why'd you erase it?" So then when everyone was there, I'm like, I brought up his picture, and they're like, "What's wrong with this?" And they're like, "I don't see anything wrong with it." And I said, you guys are kids, so maybe there was no malice or ill will. Like, what's malice? I mean, you guys weren't trying to be mean. You're not gonna block anyone. But these are stereotypes, and I bring up the slides. Well, I asked them what's wrong. They're like, "We don't know." So I brought up the slides where how they used to draw Chinese people. I mean, they still do it now. Family Guy, this is the era of Family Guy and that kind of comedic thing. And I said, some people lose their lives, and especially for Asian, the Chinese. I had a little thing with Trump saying that China made the virus, and I had someone spray painted Chinese people must die or some shit. I'm like, yeah, adults do what adults do, is whatever. But it's kids like you who are being, and I always try to pick the right words that make sense to them. It's kids like you who will be infected, will be impacted by the things like this. And then I brought it back to when I was living in Japan. Kids would say some racist things to me, and I would correct them, and then the kids started clapping like, "Oh, God. No, stop that." It's not about correcting, because that's what kids do. But you kids are going to be the future, so you guys got to be aware. And then it was that done. Learning moment. Felt good. You're like, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble." No, you're not going to get in trouble, because maybe you didn't know. Now you know. Now we can come back to. Remember, I did this. But so on Friday, he put up one Gummiosaurus. So he got the message, Gummiosaurus. So then when they went to the special, I ran to the store, got like 40 minutes on it. Zoomed to the store, and I buy these gummies, a bunch of gummies. And then I said, well, because it's Gummiosaurus Day, we gotta have gummies. And they're like, yay! And when I hear the kids, I mean, they do a lot of random shit. Sometimes I get the moan, like, sometimes I get bombastic side eyes. But today I was getting a yay! And I put all the gummies on a little platter, and I'm walking around, because we do Fun Fridays, and I got like a bunch of Uno decks. So I'm walking around like, "Any gummies for you, sir?" I didn't do the voice, because I'm just walking around with it. And then one kid, he was upset with me because he was doing what he wasn't supposed to do. So I put his name on the board, which means nothing, because whatever happens on Friday, I tend not to remember on Monday. It's a new week, unless it's something egregious. But he was all upset. So I came over to gummies, like, "I don't want any." Whatever. And I'm walking around the class giving the gummies, and I come back to him. He's like, "Okay." I got a lot of gummies. But I also realized I don't want my kids eating so much junk food. So next week, we come in with fruit or vegetables or some shit, which may be a little bit more messy. But yeah, I know they're kids and whatever, but I just don't want to contribute to, you feel me. But yeah, man, that's about it, man. It is nice out. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else, man. I mean, I do, but I want to keep it short because there is another video that I post. Saturdays. This month is going to be crazy busy. I know I just said I'm going to keep it short, but this month's going to be crazy. I have to, because I'm doing a play. I don't know if I told you, we're doing Aladdin Jr. at my school. I'm in charge of the lights, the sound, and decorations or set design. That's a lot of work. But the other teacher, she's in charge of the singing, the dancing, and knowing the lines. There's only 3 of us, and then the other teacher, she's in charge of the communications. But we all got a lot of work. But I gotta call the company to see how many mics we have, figure out the lighting system, which I've never done. And then figure out how to give the jobs to the students, because I can't be all over the place at once. I mean, we got 2 months, but I want to get that shit done, because in April, that's when we could practice while the other kids are doing their things. I have my graduate course for teaching. I think it started yesterday. I don't know, but I got to get on that. And I started a 44 book challenge. In January, I was killing. I read 5 books. February, 0. I started, but I didn't finish any books. So I got to read some books. And I got to figure out, I need to make money. I mean, I'm working, I'm making money, but I need to make money doing music. I got to figure that out too. Because I'm just sitting on so much talent. I don't know how to flip it. Because I want to go to Japan. That's the plan for summer. But I would need to make some money to do that. Sell something. So, yeah. But anyway, that's about it. I promise you, I'm finished here. So be safe as always. And catch you on the flip side. Rhyming.